Hello everybody and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. Fantastic Mr. Ghost here. And we're going to carry on with our quest to obtain the ever-elusive Arquid MK02. Man, this thing is a tough little creature to get. But first, last episode, I created the first bedding build. So our creatures are comfy and warm before we kill them. That allowed me to finally automate the Arthurians and obtain their eggs. And now our great alien samples are fully automated, and we need these to spin up other creatures. And a nice little benefit here is that it's one less item we have to create in order to obtain the pyscience Pack 3. We're a long way off from that, but we're on our way even more now. Over here by the glassware and optical set builds, I went all crazy and updated this to MK02 with efficiency and prod where available. I deprioritized these two builds because I wasn't using these in modules and MK02 machines. But now that I'm spinning up a lot of creatures, the glassware and the optical sets are used in the creature spin-ups, the biology stuff. Over here by the Cottongut build, I upgraded everything to MK02. The only problem is I don't have enough Cottongut studs. And I want to spin up the MK02 Cottongut studs. More on that later. The Ulric build isn't complete yet. However, this is on the docket. I need MK02 Ulrics. I did upgrade one breeder complex up north there. This whole build has yet to be done. The flowers, the fogway mushrooms, everything. However, I did the bone meal build. And here it is. So I upgraded the slaughterhouses, the Ulric corrals, and the breeding complex. I also upgraded the machine that creates the food, that has speed and prod, as well as the fogway and the Relasia builds. One thing I forget sometimes is that I don't need the MK01 version of the creature or the animal in the biolab here. However, the MK02 3s and 4s, they do need to be in the biolab. They're usually not used for production. So I have this Ulrics build here that is basically for modules right now. But once the build is in place, I don't need this here. I'm going to leave this here for the Ulrics MK02. So this is like a placeholder right now. But yeah, I keep forgetting that, oh yeah, I can spin up the MK01s out in the production area and not in the bio area. I was perusing the recipes to see what the Arthurian eggs have to offer, because now that I have them spun up, and I stumbled across this recipe here. This is the DNA polymers. You get one, and it requires the Vrau cocoons and all the other stuff there. Well, this recipe here increases or doubles the recipe with the addition of an Arthurian egg. Holy cow. The way I look at this recipe is it's half of everything for the same recipe I have here. So it's like one glassware, half laboratory equipment, and all the other stuff. The Arthurian eggs you can consider maybe 5. So it's a, 1 for 2. I like this idea. So I'm going to upgrade this right now. I have this buffer case here because LTN doesn't allow for different thresholds. As you can see, I'm requesting 75 and 100 here. So it's when the case drops to 25 or lower, a train is called. And it requires so many of the cocoons and now Arthurian eggs. I'm going to keep this in here for now to stockpile it. What I'm trying to do is trigger the train quicker on the eggs than the other stuff. All right, now we're doubling our DNA polymers output. This is awesome. So we'll let that buffer up and head back to the base. Holy cow, what an explosion of machines. Ugh. So I've been storyboarding and hell modding the next project here, which is the Dingrit. We need the Dingrit and also the Ulrics rendered to get 2 parts to spin up 2 more parts for the Arquid MK02. And I'm a little confused about this one here. I put in the full render for the Dingrits here. And true to form, there's always something that's going to be crazy amounts of machines. So the Yotoi Aloe fruit, I need 27 of these monstrous machines. They fit 66 modules, but I only have the MK01 available. So we're in kind of like the dark ages with this particular fruit or plant. you just gotta suck it up, I guess. And this one, I think the reason it's so large is because the Scondrixes need the seeds. Oh, I'm sorry. The Scondrixes need the Yotoi leaves. I guess they eat them. They're plant eaters, I guess. Leaf eaters. And then the Dingrit food needs the fruit as well. So we have fruit and seeds and all this stuff going all over the place. So the build is pretty big to accommodate for the splitting of the seeds going this way, and also going to, I think the fruit has to be made, then the seeds, and also the fruit is consumed as well. So there's two things going on. So that's why that's so huge. So I spent a lot of time collecting all the materials here. It took a long time because, you know, the biohub isn't meant to be a huge producer. It's meant for modules and, you know, whatever. And I don't have a Yotoi aloe build, and I don't really feel the need to train around fruits and plants and things. I like to keep those internal and bring in like the stone, sand, and limestone. You know, limestone and soil you can do on site. And, you know, when it comes to sand and stone and gravel, I'd rather train that in because I can put a lot on a train because those stack to 200. Whereas these stack to 50, and it's easier to manage it within a build. Like I said in the last episode, doing it that way makes it tougher to upgrade because now you got all these builds all over the place. But I like the idea of, like I said, the train traffic. I want to minimize the train traffic. There's already too much with this, you know, crazy mod. But we'll work on that later in the episode here. What I want to do is go over the Cottonguts and the Ulrics. The Cottonguts are important for now the Arthurians. So I want to upgrade that because, you know, the Arthurians are eating the Cottonguts. We also need Cottonguts for the science and all that. And then the Ulrics I want to upgrade as well because I've already started those builds and I want to complete it. So let's go over the Cottonguts here. Cottonguts are a little confusing. I spun these up a long time ago and I had to review. So you need a Cottongut stud, and it's bioengineered, of course. So we need the generic Earth data and the mouse DNA samples along with a codex. Nothing out of the ordinary when it comes down to the Cottongut codex here. And here's the mouse DNA sample. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's a beginning game. You know, once you get your automation science, you can spin these up now. So you need the stud in order to start spinning up Cottonguts. And so you need the module, and then you make the mice from the studs, which is kind of cool. Now, once you get the studs, you can start to make the Cottonguts. And as you can see, there's a Cottongut pup that pops out of here, as well as Cottongut stud pups. This is where it gets kind of confusing, but, you know, mice are high breeders, mainly in nature. They're food for other animals, so their breeding is higher. So your spin up of your studs comes from the Cottongut stud pup popping out 3 to 8 here. Now notice you do get a potential reduction in your Cottongut stud output. 2 in, potentially 2 out. So you need to run this until you get a spin up, and it does occur pretty quick. This isn't a tough one to spin up at all. The basic food is kind of a pain, but we have everything here. The Relasia seeds and starch are no problem now. We have it on the network. So once you get enough pups, you can start to generate Cottonguts. And notice there's a loss for a Cottongut pup at 7 to 6. Now this is why I wanted the bedding, because we can increase that it's 11 to 9 now. Now you always need a Cottongut pup generator. You need a breeder for this, and the breeder creates a lot of pups. So even those are 2 loss, you're getting a lot of pups out of the breeder. And this is the one here. It's 4 Cottonguts to 10 pups. So that 1 loss you make up here in the breeder. So, you know, it's not too bad. Now here's what I'm going to work on really quick, and that is the Cottongut stud MK02. This is the one where we need to get a chance to get a Cottongut stud. So in order to get a Cottongut stud MK02, I need to use this breeder complex set up for this recipe, and it uses a Cottongut stud pup, and notice the DNA polymers. Now you know why I upgraded that, because this one's going to be chewing up that polymers pretty quick. And I want to have a better recipe for it. So here we have a chance to get a MK02 Cottongut stud, and it kicks out Cottongut studs, the MK01s, as a kind of a benefit there. Now if I run out of MK01 Cottongut stud pups, I have this recipe here where I can spin up more. All you need is you just need to put the modules in. You need 2 Cottongut studs, and you have a loss there. But like I said, you get the 3 to 8 pups where you can generate new studs from those. And this prandium here I set up for the MK02 Cottongut stud spin up. And as you can see, 2 Cottongut stud MK02s can generate 1 or 2, but we get 3 to 8 pups, 70% chance, and that's where your spin up happens. So we'll set that up, and it looks like this one here, you don't need the MK01 set up once you get your MK02 Cottongut studs, enough of them to keep the process running. But the MK02s are finicky, of course. So we need ash. Some other stuff that's out of the ordinary here is the Rena seeds. Now I have Rena seeds in the bio lab. And I could make a Rena, build if I needed to in the production area. I think that's about it. Just the Rena seeds. Ash isn't included in there. So we need the quality Cottongut food for the MK02 spin up. That's not a problem. Eventually this might be out in the production area, so I'll work on that when the time comes. On to the Ulrics. Here we go. So notice how we need bedding to spin up the MK02 Ulrics. Glad I built that. Now this is the case where I'll go on site where the Ulric build is, and I'll train in the bedding and the raw fiber. And then I'll set up a speaker, just like the Zyhiphos, I think 2 episodes ago. And then I'll set up a speaker. I think we'll only need 1 MK02 Ulric. Let's check. And indeed we do. So this here is the spin up and 1 MK02 Ulric. Oh, and then we got this gene sample. We'll look at that in a second. And it produces an Ulric cub MK02 and a tired Ulric MK02. That's kind of funny. Oh, one more thing about this build here. Notice how we put an Ulric in. We get the cub out in our original Ulric MK02, but we have to take the tired Ulric and take care of them. So it's one in, then we get 2, then we get 3. So it spins up, and the same Ulric is used in that process. So I think that's what we're doing here. I just realized I had 2 of these pens here, the corrals. This recipe I duplicated up here. So this is what we got to do. Now, we need this sample cup here, and it's a sample cup latex and the Ulric MK02, and then we extract Ulric gene samples, and we get another tired Ulric out of this. The gene sample is used here, as we noted. We need 12 of these things. Holy cripes. So I guess it's kind of weird. So we're using the MK02 Ulric and getting a gene sample from it. Then we're using the gene sample with another MK02 Ulric to create an MK02 cub. Very interesting. Now let's take a look at how we get the tired Ulric recovered. And that's in a Pyphoon Bay. So this is a nice little spot for our Ulric to sit. And we just feed it, and it chills out, and then it gets put back into breeding production, I guess you could say. So I'd like to get these 2 set up in the episode here. I'll do a real quick thing, showcase the build, and then we'll move on to the Dingrits. And before I move on, I forgot to go over what it takes to make an Ulric here. It's very simple, and it's, it's the same as all the other animals. We have a horse DNA and a poor alien sample in this case. So you need to have logistics science set up, and then you can do the Ulrics. And here's the horse DNA sample. It's using the automation science and a generic Earth DNA sample. And the Ulric codex is just, the basic materials from the beginning game here. All right, I'll get cracking on these 2 here. All right, I'm set up over here in the bio lab, and I have in my possession 11 Cottongut stud pups. I've had these for a while, and I'm going to use these to kickstart this process here. So all we need to do is plop them in, and hopefully we'll get the MK02 with these 11. I doubt it. So we got to go with, we're not, right? So let that run. And what I did is I set up a little food thing here. This is the Cottongut food, basic. And this requires all these things, as I think I discussed earlier. I brought in the starch in the tin plate. This biohub's getting out of control, man. It's becoming a mess. I slapped these Ralasia seeds here. I don't need a lot, you know, I don't need a big build for it. I just need the ability to get the seeds. I don't need flowers for anything, and if I did, I would probably do a flower one of these. But this is prioritizing the flowers, so I always ensure that, well, I have to limit the amount of flowers. You need 5 for the seed processing here. And then the seeds are 8. I'm using the basic recipe with hydrogen. This inserter will only operate if there are 8 or more seeds in this box here. So I had to wire that up to this one. And then I have a storage box here. I have to limit this case because you can't do wired and wireless at the same time. So you either do red or green wire or you do the wireless. This case is for the bots because if they have too many seeds and something happens and they can't deliver them, they need a place to put them. And I want the, you know, seeds in one spot here. And then I needed fish eggs too. And I don't have them coming in via train. I don't have them trained. Now I am requesting regular fish here. So I just made an egg generator, you know, with MK3 fish because I have them. And this one is real simple. I'm venting the, you know, wastewater here. And then I'm bringing in phytoplankton via barrel because piping it was just way too tricky. All right, I forgot to hook this case up here to export the stud. And I only got one back, or I got one. So the 50% return hit. So hopefully, you know, we'll get studs and back from this process here. Okay, see, that didn't hit, unfortunately. Or did it? Maybe it did. That was pretty quick, if anything. Oh, and here, let's see. These are regular stud pups. I think, yeah, these don't have a dot on them. This is a return here of the stud. So we have a stud and a chance to get, all of our studs back on this process here. What we're looking for is that Cottongut stud pup to keep going, right? So that's why I hooked the food up here. I think I'm good now. Yeah, we got 3 in there now. And this one generates 80% chance to get 3 to 8 stud pups. So hopefully this will keep going. It'd be nice to have a build-up of the stud pup MK01s. So what? Now this case, the inserter won't export or import the MK02 stud if I get one. So I'm gonna hook a speaker up to this one. All right, I think I got this right. If it's greater than 0, you know, the condition, then let me know. So yeah, I mean, you don't need to do greater than or equal to 1. Just greater than 0 is fine for this case. Sometimes I, do greater than equal to 1. It's the same thing. It's just you don't have to change the 0 to a 1. One less step, or in that case there. So hopefully this sucker will give me an MK02, and I'll report back in when I do. All right, folks. Now that I have that Cottongut thing going, I want to come over here and set up the Ulrics. I was looking at it, and I'm like, oh, I might as well come down here. I forgot about that. So I have everything here that I need, the food and the Ulrics. We just need the fiber and the bedding, which I set up a stop here to bring it in. And then once we get the level 2 Ulric, we can go up to the biolab and just let it run. And we'll set that up there when I get one. So we'll get the bedding. Woohoo! Bedding and fiber! So there we go. And again, we need, oh yeah, water barrel, Ulric food, and 2 Ulrics. And what's interesting is it consumes potentially a both, and or you get a return on only one, which is, man, I guess the mating or the MK02 process is quite grueling for these poor little horse creatures, alien horses. This is the empty bottle or barrel return here. Ulric food with the Ralasias, I'll just repurpose this crap. The cubs are going down as well. This is the cub process here. Feed it mushrooms. Now, we need Ulrics. Oh, I need the Ulrics. Yes. So that means I think I'm going to, well, yeah, here's the problem. The Ulrics are going southbound. I think the bees got some honey from the Ulrics, so I might have to twist that belt up here. That's a long way, though. I could get bots and go have the bots deliver them temporarily. Just do a little bot network here. That way I don't have to run a full belt of these poor things as they get turned into the, you know, the goofy things. Look at this, man. Isn't that insane? All right, all I got to do is put a provider chest here and all that. I don't need to worry about logistic filters or anything like that. And then up here, thank you. All right, autosave is always awesome. Never complain about autosave unless it makes you screw up a something, a placement, a very important placement, I should say. So I'm gonna shift right click and left click on that. Take this stuff out of here because we don't need it. I'm gonna go get a few bots and I'll be right back. All right, get to work, you little bots. All right, yeah, I like this option better, especially since it's a very long belt. And I had the food up here. Oh, and the reason I had to put this up here is down here. I didn't have enough room to put the breeder complex. And I didn't want to, you know, obviously it's belt. I'd have to belt this stuff and this stuff here way over here then. So it's 6 1/2 dozen the other. So the bots will handle that for us. And there we go. We're making them. All right, so this is a percent chance, half of 1% chance to get an MK02. So I went ahead and set, oh, I gotta do this. So I set this filter up, whitelist the regular Ulric that may kick out and the MK02. And now this speaker is, I hooked this speaker up to this case up here. And my hope is obviously that, well, the bots will, well, they're gonna have the case filled there. So my hope is that this case gets, you know, used first. It's okay if it doesn't, because I can throw these back into the little production case there. So this one is greater than 0, so 1 or more. I only need 1 to start the MK02 spin-up process, so that's good. All right, I'll let this run, and hopefully I'll get 1 of these. And, oh, here's the train input. Just real quick signaling, you know, nothing special there. 1 way in, 1 way out. All right, I am going to wait for these things and get ready for the next project. Ah, the sweet whistling of an Ulric horse. Alien horse. Well, I came back up to the hub. I went to get refreshments. I came back, and all of a sudden an alarm's going off. I go, what? Oh my god. So I got the Ulric within like 5 minutes, if anything. And that is very rare. So I have this set up here to generate the calves. And then I think, well, let's take a look at this. It's kind of confusing. This is generating the calves, or the cubs. And you get a tired Ulric MK02. And you have to, you know, give it to the Typhoon and let it rest, and all that. So I have a weird thing I'm trying here to export the Ulric back and forth. Once I get a couple more Ulric MK02s, I can spin them around, you know. So I'll change this out to an inserter and a box, you know, and all that. So the problem is there might be some buildup. I might do some circuit network here. All right, I left this off. Boom. This is the sample cup. It's only plastic. I didn't go over that. And there is the sample cup, and we need latex. We need our MK02 Ulric for this to start it up. Now, where are you? Here you are. So we put the Ulric in here, and it generates... Oh, we need a lot of these, huh? 12! Okay, now, I didn't request the food, so let me go get the food coming in here. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I have the food here. I forgot. Oh, well, we're going to speed this up. I have to bring the food in via train because I don't have it on the network. So I'll have to... Okay, now where did you go? All right, wait. Where do you go? Oh, here he is, right here. I was looking right by it. So we need to put him in here. I'm going to pull these two up for now. And then it'll go back and forth. Oh, okay. I might want one case. Yeah, because I'm afraid I'm going to get build. Well, I'm going to need multiple Ulrics and a case between the two, and then they'll bounce back and forth. But I'm afraid it's going to... I'll have to control the case and how many are in each case. So it'd have to be one and one, you know? So a case here and a case here, you know, in place of these here. So right now I need the gene samples. Okay. So let's wait for that. And then I'd like to see this process kick on. That's fast. Now, if you haven't seen this machine, I had this hooked up a year ago. And this is the Typhoon Bay. Notice they have the... Oh, it's that gas giraffe. The one with the gas thing on its head. Something sitting here with a tail. It looks like a dingret here. Oh, look, he's getting massaged. And then this looks like one of the, like the space whale or the trit. And there's something here. Oh, yeah, it moved. But there's a creature giving the dingret a massage. I don't know what this creature is. It's like a humanoid with a tail on it. Pretty weird. Looks like I'm out of food now. Yeah. Oh, okay. Ooh, I got 12. All right, I'm going to go hook up the food on the network temporarily to get this thing going. Or, well, it'll probably be permanent. All right, here we go. All right, my little Ulric buddy here is finally getting recharged. There we go. Let's see where he goes. Oh, he's going to go in here. That I didn't want. So I got to get, what I got to do is get a pup. All right, so we'll go, I'm pulling these up because I have 13 now. And this will generate a pup. Yeah, is that what it's called? Yeah, cub, cub. So once I get the cub, I have to grow him into a mature adult. So I think I got to get a breeder. So let me go get one. Well, it's not in a breeder. The Ulric, the little cub, I need filled milk barrels. And I'm making those in the Ulrics build. That's a whole big process there. Now, if I got to get the milk barrels up here by train, the problem, though, is the empties have to go back down to get refilled. So I suppose I could do like a point-to-point train to get these spun up. But the other issue, and let me show you the Ulrics milk build if you haven't seen it. This is the casein build I covered last episode, you know, as to what I did to upgrade it. And over here, it's basically, you know, fill the milk bottles up and export the empties back. So these the long arms are grabbing the empties, and the fast are exporting the filled ones. And the way I'm doing it is, this is an empty barreler. So I have a pipe here with the Ulrics milk, right? And that's going to science. I think it's the... is it PyScience 2? Or... Oh, no, it's the good alien sample. I think it is what it is, yeah. Oh, you know what? I just had an idea. I could take the Ulrics milk here and bring it up to the base, or the biohub, and then I'll do the bottling on site. Yes! Oh, I'm so glad I realized this, because I forgot. Yeah, I have it in milk form already. I have it in fluid form. So now all I have to do is get these milk bottles within the biohub, and I have milk for days. Let's do it. All right, I got the milk coming in. It's so crazy. Over here. Oh, look, it's got on the map. It's got the milk barrel right there. So here, yeah, the Ulrics milk. Well, it's probably coming. Yeah, I don't have much coming in. Just 1,500 little milks. And here's the barreling right here. And then the problem is I got to go get more Ulrics. I got to run down there because I need the modules in here. So I can't run this. Well, I looked at this recipe. I need... Oh, I got 3 now. Cool. I need 4 Ulric cubs to make 1 more Ulric MK02. So it's basically 12, 12, 12, 12. Because the cub needs... we need 48 of the gene sample. And then 16 food. And the Ulric MK02, you know, goes back and forth. You know, it rests, comes back, rests, come back. Bedding and water, of course. So Yeah, the Ulric. That's why you need more than one MK02, and then I'll do some circuit network stuff here. I want only one in the case that's going back, because it's always going to go back here. So one for this process, one for this process, and that way it'll hopefully balance out. It won't overfill one case over another. And then you keep the sample going. You keep the cub. Is it cub? I don't know why. Yeah, the cub going. And then you get your Ulric MK02 spin up here. So yeah, 4 crafts for that. And then you get your 1. So it's pretty, I like it's unique. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'll let this run out. Oh, and then I just used a passive provider here instead of a purple case. Because if the milk filling, the barreling, it's going to request from only here. There's only one spot it's going right now. And I could change that to a purple case later, but it's going to go into storage. So it's one less bot fly, you know. So they'll come and get it, go down, you know. All right. Oh, and then I did get one MK02 cotton gut here. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting now for the second MK02. I need 2 cotton gut MK02s to start I think it's this process here. Yeah, notice it's all on the top there. It's 2 cotton gut MK02s, and then you have the 70% chance to get the 3 to 8. So hopefully you hit on that 70 and you get 8 of them, because then you're pretty much done. The worst case, obviously, is you don't hit at all and you lose. Oh, the worst case is you lose your 1 cotton gut and you only get 1 back, and you don't hit on the cotton gut stud MK02s, because that's what your spin up is. You need the spin up, you know. Hitting on the cotton gut stud pups is the ideal purpose situation here. Even if you lose your cotton gut stud and you only get 1 back, because then, you know, I think this one here, this is where you mature it. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, so you need 3 to 2. So if you hit on the worst case scenario on the studs pup, if you get 3, this will start up, and then you get 2 out of that. Even if you lose on the 1, even then you're back to 2. So I guess, you know, you can kind of recover there. But worst case scenario is you have to have this stuff going here. So you don't want to disconnect your stud to MK02 stud process until you get hit on this one, so you can spin them up quick. And then what's nice is all you need is this machine here to convert to get the pups MK02, and then you feed them into this machine or this prandium, and so it goes back and forth now. So all you need is the 2, and of course you need the quality cotton gut food for, I think, both. Yeah, and that's what this is here for. So I have to bring the native flora in. I got tree seeds. I've got the Rhalasias, moss, and tin. I have that all here. The Tufra. Oh, this is Rena seeds. And over here, I have Rena. Yeah, right here. I made these a long time ago. Here they are. Rena seeds. Now, I have it, I think. Oh, yeah, here. So I got 10. I could change this process here. But I might. Yeah, see. I might have to wire this differently, because I want the seeds for the process, and extra goes to another case. So I'll have to fiddle with that once I get the second cotton gut MK02 stud. All right, so I'll wait for this to spin up. There's 3. Looks like I'm waiting on food. No? Oh, where'd it go? He's here. Oh, okay, so this is the problem. I gotta hand feed it in there. And the problem is that I need this to go here. I need this to go enough to where we get the sample to fill. Once I get all this, I just let this run until all the samples are jammed up, and then I switch to the little guy over there. I don't mind hand moving it around, because I'm just standing right here. So I'll check back in when I get the cotton gut stud here, and we see that what's going to happen here. All right, folks, I finally got the MK02 cotton guts. There we are. Cotton gut stud, MK02. Now, I'm going to put it in here. There they are. Oh, I need the Tufras and all this other crap. All right. Oh, the bedding too. That is not a problem. So I'm gonna, oh, I gotta power this up here. So I got the food here. This is a temporary build. Now the reason I'm doing it this way is because I may need to run this again if I lose my original 2 here, or well, whatever. And oh, look at all these, 181 regular studs, and then all these little guys here, 59 and 7 of the stud pups. So I have plenty of stud pups to, you know, kick this back on. But you know, that's not the goal here. All right, I don't have a Tufra build in this bio hub here, but I got, as you can see, a ton of Tufra seeds from when I spun them up. Boom! Now the hope is we hit here. If we do, the episode's over, and we'll have to, you know, carry on with the Arcwid MK2's next episode. And yes, I got them both back. So I got the original 2. Here they are. And I got 5. So that's, you know, the 3 to whatever it is. What is this now? We've got a 3 to 8. So I got, you know, about halfway there. So now what I can do is rerun this here. And I'm only doing this because I want to, you know, build up. Now, I'm going to do a little Tufra seed build here. You know, just a quick, you know, back and forth kind of thing like I did with the flowers and the fish and all that. So let's see what we get on this one here. Boom. Ah, see? Oh, that son of a gun. I didn't hit, see? On the, what do you call it? The stud pups. And I lost on the 50% one, didn't hit. That is a shame. So that's why you don't want to disconnect your stuff. You know, now I had to take these little guys and go up here and put them in here. Okay, and I need dried freaking grot and arena seed. Can you believe this? All this different crap. This is why it gets so tricky with these, you know, these creature spin-ups. Because now, between this one here, so dried grot and Reyna, okay, and then this one here, the unique stuff is the bedding, the Vrau cocoons, and the Tufra. So you got all these unique things you need. It's fun, but it's tricky. You know, it's like I gotta manage all this stuff, and then you're switching gears from when you get the big one. You know, when you hit on the necessary amount that you need to do the consistent build. You know, and you can see this is what happens. This is why you don't want to tear your stuff down till you start getting that yield. Boom, boom, boom. You want to hit a couple times, and you want to get a bunch of the MK02s you know, available, so if you do miss on a couple, you've got plenty in the queue, you know, to recover from it. All right, so then let's go up here and let me get a case on this sucker here. Now, this is going to be replaced. What I'll probably do is stack them vertically here. I think I got something like this, and then I'll have cases in the middle and pass-throughs and circuit network and stuff to keep everything maintained. Oh, the Ulric process here. This is a weird one. How many do I have here? 1. Oh my god. So as you can see, I've got quite a few now. I have, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 here. 14, 15, 16, 17. I put an inserter here thinking that was, you know, that this Ulric that pops out from the mating. Yeah, this is the new one. Like, so you got 4 cubs, now you got a matured adult. And I bound the process up by doing that, and I was like, ah, crap. So, as you can see, I have 3 here and 2 here of the tired ones. And that's, it keeps them, it maintains it. So, you don't want to go too crazy. You don't want to overfill. I found out, yeah, you can overdrive the output on this machine here that's creating the gene sample. I didn't realize that, you know. And the input here is limited. The output here will keep collecting and collecting. So you can actually you can lock this process up if you have too many Ulrics in these 2 machines. So you do need this one here. Like, I have it set to 1. The issue here is that This is a feedback here for this. And yeah, I'm worried that this might get locked up, but I haven't had a problem yet. But I may have to, I want to use one case between these two so that I can control it with the one, you know. So I'll work on that a little later. But for now, I'm just kind of making sure it's working, you know, and I'm all over here. So let's see about this. We need the dried grod. I have a little bit here. I got to, let me see where I have it. Yeah, here it is right here. So all I got to do is put a case on that, and then I'll export it over here. The bots will bring it over. So I want to, that's slow. Holy cripes, 50 seconds for this. So I want to mature these here and keep that process going. Next episode, what I'll do is I'll show you what I got here. Like I said, I'll go vertical, and this machine and this machine will be, you know, 3 tiles apart, 2 inserters in between to transport between them, and a case wired up so it doesn't overdrive, and, you know, because you don't want to make a bunch of cubs. You want the cubs to be converted into the adult studs, MK02 in this case, and that's what you want to build up. Because it'll keep, the pups will keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And you'll fill up a whole case of pups. And you don't want that. So there's 2 there. And it looks like, oh, I need 3 for this. All right. So let's go pop these guys in here. See what happens. Oh, yeah. There we go. So I lost a stud, but I got 6 pups. I'll pop them in there. This guy can go here. Now I'm going to leave this right here until I see what hits on this. All right, so I got 2 and 4 now with an extra 2 pups. So all I need is 1 more pup, and I can run that again. So let's go ahead and, oh, yeah, I think I need the pups. Let's go. I'm just going to toss all this in here. So, okay, I'm going to make sure that I got enough studs so that I can tear this all down. Because I'll tear this out and this out. I don't need the fluids anymore. I don't need this crap. I can reset it up. It's not a problem. But I'd like to get these 2 running and get the build up. And then I'll upgrade those 2 builds off screen, you know, obviously. So thanks for watching. I wanted to do more bee work today, but I want to knock this out because I'm still working on, I want to get all these projects. I want to get them over with. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the spin up of these 2 creatures, MK02s. See you in the next one. Peace out.